are reporting cases of abuse, according to welfare centres who deal specifically with family violence. They say this physical violence remains the most common form of abuse, but more elderly people are also falling prey to financial abuse, with their families trying to get them to surrender their savings.
Tan Jing Yi oversees TransSafe Centre, a voluntary welfare organisation in Bedok and one of 3 family violence specialist centres in Singapore. The 45-year-old has seen many cases of elderly abuse in her 20-year career, but one stood out.
When we went to the home, we found that he was actually lying on the trash bag, very thin, on diapers, and totally grossly neglected. And we had to move him to the hospital.
Most cases of elderly abuse by family members are referred to the centres by healthcare institutions and the courts. TransSafe Centre sees around 80 such cases annually. The most common form of abuse involves physical violence, followed by psychological abuse, neglect, and financial abuse, such as getting the seniors to hand over their savings. And their impact over the long term can be devastating, leading to a sense of helplessness, isolation, and depression. With growing awareness of what constitutes abuse and of avenues to seek help, more seniors are reporting such incidents. TransSafe Centre said that between 2010 and 2014, the figure rose from 7 to 17% among those aged 60 to 64. Care Corner Project Start, another centre that deals with family violence, has also noticed this trend. And it said that this group is also vulnerable to financial abuse. That's because they tend to be better off. The centre sees 80 cases of elderly abuse each year, and half involve financial abuse. In the previous year, they made up only a third of the cases.
We do see their adult children coming in to coerce them to actually pass on even the deed of the HDB flat to them, and even probably like sometimes they coerce this older adult to pass off their savings to them, and tactics of like abusing them physically would be employed at times just to coerce them to surrender their lifelong savings.
Social workers dealing with cases of elderly abuse say the introduction of the Vulnerable Adults Act by the end of the year would be timely. It would give them the powers to enter the homes of elderly people suspected of being abused. Currently, family members may prevent them from getting access to these seniors.
But we need to recognize that a law is only a law. It is after that what happens, looking at the whole process of working towards getting family members to acknowledge that, yeah, things can be better. You know, things didn't have to be resolved using violence. I think ultimately that's still the aim.
Social workers say there is one key challenge that the public faces when it comes to reporting incidents of family violence. And that is distinguishing between whether it's a family dispute or a case of abuse. Still, they say that more are stepping up to alert them of such cases.